The teddy bear stood bravely over the sleeping child in the quiet night. His eyes scanned all the likely places, the dark corners, the small dresser, under the bed. When his gaze reached the closet, he tensed and drew his sword, pointing at a dark shape coming out toward the crib. The monster looked surprised. "Who are you?" it asked, staying in the shadows and eyeing the teddy bear's sword. "I am Mr. Snuggles," the teddy bear replied. "I protect this child just like I did his father before him." The monster snarled, its dark claws and pointed teeth glinting in the shadows. "You are nobody, I know," it said, then quickly disappeared. "Nevertheless, I, Mr. Snuggles, was brought here from the great attic of their forefathers to deal with you." Mr. Snuggles knew all about monsters, especially closet monsters. He reached down to tuck the blankets closer around the child. Then he hopped like a bunny in 1-2 steps over the child and to the edge of the crib. He pointed his valiant sword at the closet. "You will not scare this child tonight. I protect him." "I doubt that," said the monster, his voice coming from the darkest corner of the room. Mr. Snuggles readied his shield. Wham! A thick blast of closet monster breath rammed into Mr. Snuggles' teddy bear shield, like an angry black milkshake, throwing him into the air. But Mr. Snuggles was not so easily defeated. He twisted as he flew, somersaulting once, twice, 3 times before landing feet first on a bookshelf. "It will take more than that to beat me," Mr. Snuggles called defiantly at the shadows. He jumped off the bookshelf and back on the bed, listening for the monster. But the monster was quiet. So quiet that Mr. Snuggles almost didn't see him creeping up from behind the dresser. Swiss! Slash! Mr. Snuggles leapt and attacked the monster. Grrrr! The monster howled in surprise. It quickly dove under the bed, running away from Mr. Snuggles' quick blade. "You may scare the child," Mr. Snuggles warned, getting back on top of the bed. He stood on the child to get a better view. "But you can't scare me. Go away." "We'll see about that," the monster hissed. It spewed from the shadows behind the bed and wall, towering over Mr. Snuggles and the child. "I will crush you!" "Not tonight!" Mr. Snuggles roared back. He jumped and spun in the air, throwing his sword and shield at the monster. Crash! Thunk! The monster was no more. Click! Plop! The door to the room began to open just as Mr. Snuggles hit the bed. "He's so quiet," said the mom. "I know," said the dad. "Mr. Snuggles is on the job. He's magical that way."